What is going on, guys? Saints Row. Now, I'm just giving you one of my opinions about this game and telling you why the game is still very enjoyable. Now, this probably is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I'm just going to run down some little things that you can do in this game and just kind of explain some of the stuff that make this game still actually worth playing. I know this game has gotten a lot of backlash. A lot of people don't really like what they got here, but I'm gonna get into it here. Okay, we're gonna talk about it. And am I going to use the hoverboard? Nah, I'll just use this. We're going to talk about it. And the first thing is one of my favorite things about the game. And it is something that I didn't see in any of the Central games. And when I play my side quests and missions, I'm constantly rotating. Let me show you. I'm constantly rotating between my bosses. You know, I have a variation of characters. So now I'm being her, right? I just switched. I'll do a mission with her and a side quest with her, and then I'll switch over to one of the other ones and do one with that person. That way, it's almost like you have your own little like stable, like a group of people, as opposed to just one individual. Even though that's not what the storyline is presenting to you, but I don't care about that. The dialogue in this is not the best, but it just makes the game more enjoyable. It kind of adds a different feel to it when you have a group of people doing missions, not together, but they're rotating. Like, okay, you'll take this one, I'll do that one, and so forth. And I do like little side quests and ventures that I rotate between them, doing missions with some of them. I even recorded some of the dialogues with one boss, then do another dialogue with another one. The storyline has them as one individual, but like I said, it's not going to match the storyline when you do that. Which, like I said, I'll say it again. I don't care about that. You know, it's storyline. The storyline itself isn't necessarily horrible. It's really just the dialogue and that the voiceover acting, and some of the missions are completely ridiculously stupid. I've done videos talking about that already. I'm not gonna get into that, and I was worried about that before they released this game. I released a video a while ago, and I showcased the Saints Row the Third, showing you a Decker mission that was just absolutely hideously stupid. And I basically talked about how I was concerned that they might do stuff like not necessarily the same type of missions, but just stuff that's just absolutely horrible. I think some of the writers and people that are getting ideas from are pretty bad. I think somebody's not, somebody just isn't doing very well here when it comes to that. And I think a lot of people just don't like that. And another thing I like about the game is some of the side quests. Now, some of them, okay? Some of them were just dumb. I found myself enjoying the the food food truck. These right here. Basically, there's a truck and you have to fight off the enemies. They're really selling like drugs, but they're using a food truck to do it. And you basically go over there. All it is you fighting a swarm of enemies. That's all it is. But I get enjoyment. I like actually like doing it. It's not like horrible. This right here, this just gives you material for your clothes. That's all it does. Let me show you something here. This stuff is weird, man. I didn't even know it was gonna be like this. And even though you're rotating characters, you have the same wardrobe closet. So if you have a lot of female clothes, those clothes will be available for your man. Which, you know, you can you can wear something like this, man. Look at that. You can wear that, man. Wear a shirt made out of diamonds. That would be extremely heavy, by the way. Sometimes I use this one. I use this one and this one sometimes. But I don't use this other stuff really, like walking down the street, see somebody wearing. You got a wooden shirt, man. Look at that. A shirt made out of rubber tires. That's just crazy, but that's the whole point in it. This is like, that kind of looks cool a little bit. I mean, it's definitely twisted. you know, see somebody with a shirt like that, you're gonna be like, well, where the heck did they get that from? I guess he'll go ahead and wear it, whatever. But yeah, that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Just your ability to rotate between people and just, you know, even just roaming the city, flying on a helicopter or something like that, and just experiment with all these different vehicles. Stuff like that is fairly enjoyable. Look at this car, man. I want that for myself. I'm getting that, man. I mean, I gotta steal this, man. This thing is nice. Obviously, something like that would have an alarm on it. We're gonna steal it. You can't fast travel with it because if you do, you'll lose the vehicle. So we're just gonna go back to our place. We got ourselves another vehicle. I'm gonna customize that. That's one thing I like doing. I like customizing vehicles. You know, steal a vehicle and customize it. That's basically what I'm doing here. If they would have made an online version similar to what the GTA online is, it doesn't have to be just like it or as in depth or just something fairly similar, maybe with smaller servers, less players online. I don't care if you only got like 5 or 10 people in one session, man. I mean, even though that might be a little vague and a little weak but I'm saying just do little stuff like racing vehicles, battle royale, whatever, stuff like that. That would even make this game really cool. It would take it to another level. And man, this car is awesome, man. And I'm not good enough with cars to tell you what the real life version of this is, like what it is, because all these cars are the vast majority of them are actually vehicles that are really out there, but they just don't have the licensing to use the name. And they're not identical to them. There's something different. They don't want to get in trouble. But these cars all belong to something, you know, or they're all related to something. But yeah, the boss rotation thing to me makes the game really cool. This clothes stuff with the material, and that's not really anything. I think that's interesting and weird, if anything else, but it's not really something that's gonna make the game worth playing. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's definitely weird. It's something different, but who cares, right? So yeah, I like to rotate my bosses, ride the vehicles, stuff like that, make the game enjoyable. Doing the little side quests, getting into the little gunfights and stuff with the bad guys. I haven't figured out how to call my backup saints. I equipped that as a skill or a perk or something at some point, but I've never actually used it. It's no big deal. I don't care, you know. We'll get on that hoverboard thing and just show you. This thing right here is pretty cool. It's fun to use this here and just go around with it. But I still think the game is enjoyable. I don't disagree with a lot of people that are saying that, you know, the storyline is... I don't dislike the storyline per se. I do like... I can't stand some elements of some of the missions, like those role-playing battle missions. Those are absolutely hideously stupid. The dream missions, where your character's in a nightmare, that is just absolute crap. I really wish they had different writers, different people to get ideas from, because some of that stuff is just horrible to me. As you can see, I sank myself into the water and got back out. You can even get off of this thing in the water. Swim. And then you can get back on it. You could do that on here and it'll float right over the water. But yeah, this game is still enjoyable to an extent. I understand the disappointment that people have, but I'm not trashing the game. I mean, it's definitely something. And there's probably 3 or 4 missions that I actually really like. One of them is the Train Heist. I really like that one. I like that one a lot. That is my favorite mission in it. And yeah, it's really just a cluster of enemies you're shooting. Yeah, that is true. It is the case. But it has good. That one actually has a really good dialogue, good like cinemas and stuff. Like when Sergio gets taken out, that is really cool. What they did with that, despite some of the other dialogues and stuff being horrible. But honestly, a majority of missions are like a cluster of enemies that you're just shooting, or just trying to get somewhere at a certain time in a vehicle with people chasing you, shooting you. That's basically what most of these missions are. I'm not. Let's be real. There's not a huge variation when it comes to that necessarily. Yeah, there's some different elements to it, but it's not like giving you a fresh experience or anything. But anyway, that's this video. So yes, to me the game is still relatively enjoyable to an extent.